Morning, guys. So I got this piece of plywood in the boat. I am going to try cut out that wall there for the bathroom. So I got to measure it up and cut it out, and I'm hoping I might be able to fit it through this section here. I tried to fit it down the staircase here, and it's just about an inch too wide, but I think once I cut everything off, I might be able to sneak it down through the staircase and get it in. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to get it in there yet. Hoping I don't have to cut it into two pieces, but let's get it cut out and see if we can get it down there. So we got this piece cut out, so I'm going to try to first sneak it down the staircase. If I can't do that, I'll take this stuff off here and I'll try to sneak it through this hole. And if that doesn't work, well, then we'll come up with a new plan, but let's see if we can get it down there. So I was able to get the piece down there. Looks like I need to trim a little bit off the bottom. I cut it a little bit big so I wouldn't be too small and have to get a new piece. So we got to trim a little bit off the bottom and see what that does and see if we can sneak it in, but that's the next step, to see if we can get it in there. But we'll get it in there eventually. So we're getting pretty close now. I just need to, looks like I need to cut off a little bit on this corner. I just need to round this corner off a little bit to come up, and then I might have to trim another maybe 1/4 inch off the bottom here, which I'm not too worried about if it doesn't fit perfectly, because there's going to be a floor in here too. So if that doesn't line up 100% perfect, it's not going to be that big of a deal, because there's going to be other things, and also with the sidewalls too. So if there's a little gap here, we're putting another 1/2 inch sheet of plywood over this. So if it's not 100% perfect there, it's not going to be that big of a deal, because there's going to be some trim pieces and some more plywood coming out off all this. So we're just trying to get it roughly fit in. The biggest thing is this seam has to go right on here, and that has to be pretty perfect, because once we go and stain it, it's gonna, if there's a big crack there, you're gonna notice it. So that's the biggest issue that I really have. But I'm gonna take the jigsaw and I'm gonna round off that bottom one, and then we'll try to put it back in. Hopefully this will be the last little adjustment that it needs, and we can get her back in. So I got this piece in. This side looks good. It's gonna be a little gap there, but I think I can make it work with some trim pieces. Obviously I still gotta put sealant on here. So if I use, 1/2 inch there, and then I'll just run like a, a molding piece around that to cover that up. And then obviously this wall here, it's gonna come out to here, so you won't see any of that. Ceiling's gonna come down. Might be I might have to do some trim pieces around the ceiling too to close this all in and make it look good. But that was quite the project, getting this piece cut out and fit in. Probably gonna run some epoxy along all these edges, and then that will seal that in. And then I'm not exactly sure. I'll probably glue it in this seam too. I'll glue the seam together, and then I'll be able to screw into this cabinetry here a little bit to hold this piece in place. And then we'll probably do like they did before. We'll probably do some glass in here. We'll glass up this edge after we get it all filled in with epoxy. We'll glass in a little piece there, and then this And then we'll probably glass up in here too on this seam. So that's what's going to hold this piece together. But for right now, this piece is done. It's going to be another cold spell coming up. So it's supposed to get, might even drop down into the negatives here. So probably not going to be gluing anything up, but I'm going to start cutting all these pieces out in here, measuring this stuff up, and getting this stuff cleaned up so I can start putting walls back in here. And then this little ceiling piece, I gotta get all the rest of that wood out and get back going. And then with these side pieces, I'm just gonna paint them white. I think it'll be I'm not ripping everything out of this whole boat. So right there, we'll do that white, and yeah, I think it's gonna come out pretty good. But that's where we're at right now. All right, so I got this piece glued in. Not really worrying about the epoxy on this side at all. I can just sand it down because I'm gonna paint the bathroom white, so that's not gonna be a big issue. So I just wanted to get a couple spots glued up so it's kind of tacked in there, and then I'll kind of go around all the edges and seal them all up with epoxy, and then like I said, I'll probably glass it in too. But that's going to be it for this video today. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch up with you next time.